Alex here with another review. This time we're taking a look at the KBD 2K mirror dashcam. Now this dashcam supports direct mounting, so it can replace the mirror on your vehicle with an LCD mirror that can also record. It also has some very interesting features, such as the ability to zoom in and adjust the view angle in a way that I have not seen before on a mirror dashcam. So first I'll show you how this is installed, and then I'll walk you through the features of it. And as always, I'd like to remind you that I placed a link in the description down below to this mirror dashcam if you'd like to get one for yourself. And this mirror dashcam is of the 10-inch category, which is the distance that I measured from this end to this end of the mirror. And it uses a standard mirror mount, so it can be installed on most vehicles, and if your mount is different, they have included adapters to allow you to mount it. Front camera is fully adjustable in any direction, including tilt adjustment. And the memory card bay is protected by a metal cover and also a security screw, something I never seen before. And it supports up to 128 gigs of memory, and they have already included a 64GB memory card. And the rear camera can be installed on the inside of the vehicle or on the outside of the vehicle because it is waterproof. And it also supports mounting against a vertical surface like the rear window on a pickup truck. And they also included a second bracket for mounting outside the vehicle and also adjusting the view. And to install it, I first removed the original factory mirror. There is a screw that I can loosen, then I can slide it off. Then I can slide the new dashcam in and then retighten the screw. Then I gently tuck the cable into the headliner using the included installation tool and my fingers. They also included this optional cover, which helps to conceal the cable going to the headliner. And same with this little cover, it helps to secure the cable and hide it in place. Now some vehicles have a cover around the mirror, but underneath the cover, there is typically a screw that can be loosened to remove the rear view mirror and replace it with a mirror dashcam. Then I keep tucking the main cable underneath the headliner, leaving the connectors out for right now. The black connector is gonna be for the rear camera, and once it's fully connected, I can continue to hide it underneath the headliner. And when hiding the cable into the A-pillar, sometimes the cable is slicing easily without fully removing this trim, but if it's very tight, it does help to slightly remove the panel to cross the cable over. But if there was an airbag on this area, the cable should not be placed across the A-pillar like this, since it will conflict with the airbag. Instead, I run the cable behind the airbag. And I may encounter more airbags along the way, so again I make sure not to place the cable on top of them. This vehicle, fortunately, does not have airbags in this area, so I can continue to cross the cable as normal. Here's another example of how the installation tool can help to partially lift and release panels so the cable can be hidden behind them. And placing the rear camera inside the rear windshield, but outside installation is also possible with a little bit more work. And again, I tuck the cable into the headliner, leaving the connector out for now. And I also like to hide any excess cable in empty areas that I find, like behind this trim where there is a lot of empty space. Now I can connect the rear camera to the extension cable and hide this whole thing away. And when installing it outside the car, instead of drilling holes, I just route the cable through any existing openings that I find, like in this area by the license plate. And here's what it looks like from the inside of the car. I just fed the cable through an existing hole that I found. Next up, I connect the power cable, which is blue in color, and tuck it underneath the headliner. Again, since this vehicle does not have an airbag in this area, I can cross the cable over the A-pillar as normal. Then I route the power cable down towards the footwell using the installation tool. And this tool really has multiple uses. It can push cables into tight areas, it can help to lift panels, or trim like this door seal to make space to tuck and hide cables. And they included this power adapter which has extra USB ports on the back, but an optional hardwire kit is also available. The included adapter is the easiest to install since it plugs in into your vehicle's power socket. The hardwire kit is more work, but it does enable park mode. To prepare the kit, these wires need to have these terminals attached to them so they will look like this. And I like to trim and fold the wire in half, which helps to fit in the back of the terminal better. Then I use a crimp tool to install the terminal to the wire. I'll place a link to the crimp tool in the description down below if you need it. And while the terminals are included, I wish that they were already installed, which would make the installation a little bit quicker. And to connect the two wires to the fuse box, they include a fuse tabs, and they come in different fuse sizes. My car uses low profile fuse size, so I'm gonna use the low profile fuse one, and I'm gonna install one on each end of the wire. And each fuse tab is gonna need a fuse, which they also included. For my fuse tab size, I need low profile fuses, and the fuse is installed in this slot, which is the closest to the wire. The yellow wire has been labeled B+, and the red wire has been labeled ACC. B+ needs to have power all the time, even when the vehicle is off. ACC needs to have power when the vehicle's key is in the on position. When the car is off, there should be no power going to the ACC wire. And to find BAT and ACC in my fuse box, I like to use a probe, but a voltmeter can also be used. The car is off, and when I probe this empty fuse spot, I get a light indicating that there is power, so I'll use this spot for BAT. And notice that each fuse spot actually has two ends. This end does not have power, but the other end does have power. And the first blade of the fuse tab will go to the side that has power. This ensures that the fuse tab fuse is not bypassed. And I found another empty spot, so using my probe, I was able to confirm that it does not have power going to either side. But when the vehicle's key is in the on position, notice that now there is power going to it, so I'm gonna use this spot for ACC. Again, I make sure to insert the fuse tab in the correct orientation, with the first blade of the fuse tab going to the side that has power. And the ground wire needs to be connected to the car's body, which is ground. And there are usually plenty of bolts nearby that can be used for ground, like this one. I just loosen up the bolt a little, then I can slide the terminal underneath, retighten it, giving me a ground connection. And we're shown the rear of the vehicle, and there's also some date and time information on the right hand side, and we know we are recording as indicated by the red blinking dot. Now also what's pretty cool is that if you don't touch the screen, all the indicators disappear, giving you a really clean, nice view. Now there's button right here allows you to turn off the screen if you wanted to use this as similarly to a mirror while the dashcam continues to record in the background. Also the view is adjustable by swiping on the screen. You can see that I'm able to move this up and down, but what's pretty interesting, never seen this before, you can actually move this side to side if you really wanted to fine-tune the position of that view. And you can even do something else with these buttons right here. This is a very rare feature where the dashcam allows you to reduce the view, and that is because mirror dashcams provide a much wider view of the road. So sometimes some people don't want to have a wide view, they want to have a narrow view. So this zoom adjustment can help you to get used to a mirror dashcam. Let's also switch over to the front camera, and that is done with this icon right here. Now this view is also adjustable. You can move this up and down, and you can return to the rear camera with this icon, and you could also take a picture with the camera icon. Now the lock icon allows you to flag and protect the section of the video that is recorded as important. Notice that they switched over to yellow, and this LED changed from red to green. And to play back the videos, you can stop the video recording, and then you'll have access to the playback icon. Now what you'll find is that the videos have been sorted out into a folder for normal videos, folder for important videos, pictures, and then with this icon, you can switch over between the rear camera videos and front camera videos. Let's go back to Playback and let's tap on one of the videos. Begins to play back. You could also delete the video with this icon, or you can flag and protect it with the lock icon. And you can also maximize the view if you wanted to play it full screen. Now, we'll tell you some mirror dashcams do not let you play back the video in full screen mode like this one does, so I really like this feature. This also supports parking assist. I'm gonna put the vehicle on reverse. And notice that the view zoomed out even further, and now we have reverse guidelines. Now, when I pull the vehicle out of reverse, notice that the view returns back to the prior one. Moving over to settings, I'm gonna stop the current recording and tap the settings icon. And the first one is gonna be resolution. The front can run at 1440p, what people know as 2K, while the rear stays at 1080p. Or you can have both the front and the rear run at 1080p if you wanted to fit more onto your memory card. There's also a screensaver mode that will turn off the screen after a certain period of time while the dashcam continues to record in the background. You could also disable the microphone if you wanted to have top secret conversations and not have your audio be recorded. And as far as languages, there are several of them to choose from if you wanted to change it from the default one. Now, the G sensor can allow the dashcam to detect when you get into a car crash, and it does have 3 levels of sensitivity for it. Moving over to the next page of settings, you can turn off the sounds if you don't want to hear any of the sounds coming from the dashcam. And you also have adjustment for the rear camera. You can flip that view horizontally. And parking assist line allows you to turn off the reverse guidelines if you still wanted to have parking assist without those reverse guidelines. Now, park monitoring requires the optional Hardwire Kit, and it gives you 3 levels of sensitivity as far as detecting an impact while under park mode. You could also choose to run time-lapse recording for park monitoring with up to a maximum of 24 hours of duration. And the app is called Vidor, and it connects to the dashcam and shows us a live view coming from it. In this case, for the rear camera, it's a little bit windy, you can see over there. And also you can switch over to the front camera with this icon right here, and you can also enlarge the view if you wanted to see it a little bit bigger. Now, this is convenient for adjusting the camera view angle and seeing what the dashcam is going to capture. Just in case you're curious, this right here is the ADAS enclosure of my vehicle, so this is not the dashcam itself. Some newer vehicles have that, so that's why you see that on there. Now, this right here allows you to disable audio recording, or you can also stop the recording with this icon. Not sure why you want to control the dashcam like that, but you are able to do so. Let's resume recording, and let's also re-enable audio recording. And finally, you got this icon right here that allows you to take a picture. You could also play back the videos that are on the dashcam without having to remove the memory card, and the videos have been sorted out into normal videos, which are under the loop folder. And then you got a snapshot, which is gonna include pictures, and then you got the log folder for any important videos, and then you have a folder for parking mode incidents. And front camera videos have an F, and rear camera videos have a B. Let's go ahead and play a front camera video. Now, the video is streaming from the dashcam, so it's not downloaded to our phone yet. You could enlarge it if you wanted to see it in a little bit of a bigger screen, and you could also download a copy of the video to your phone for safekeeping with the download option. You could take a screenshot of it, or you could delete the video with the delete icon. And lastly, let's take a look at dashcam settings. Now, you'll notice that there's only a few dashcam settings that we can change via the app. Most of the settings really have to be changed on the dashcam directly, so it'll be great to see if they can give us more customization via the app for those that like to customize using their phone versus using the dashcam directly. And this is an audio test of the KBD OEM style mirror dashcam, and I am sitting on the driver's side seat. And this is an audio test of the KBD OEM style mirror dashcam, and I'm standing outside the driver's side door. direct mount mirror dashcams, in my opinion, is probably one of the most stealthiest way to install a dashcam on a vehicle in a way that it now has become part of the vehicle, so it is not as easy to spot or to defeat like a normal dashcam that really sticks out and everybody can just see, hey, that's a dashcam. It also complements when you have a dual dashcam setup. I always recommending running 2 independent dashcams. So I would normally run a mirror dashcam and then I will run a separate dashcam. That way I have 2 things recording. In case one of them doesn't catch it, the other one will. Now the green wire that you see for the rear camera, that is used to enable the optional reverse guidelines. So connecting that wire is optional, but if you want to see how that's done, I have made another video covering that. I'll link that video in the description down below. I'm also going to put a link in the description to this mirror dashcam and the Hardwire kit in case you want to get one for yourself. And if you guys have any other questions regarding this, please put that in the comments. Also, if you found any part of this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel and stay tuned as I have a lot more mirror dashcam reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.